Hi friends, today we are going to see about code commit in AWS and how we going to configure and use it. We are going to use Visual Studio Code, okay, which is VSC from Microsoft as an IDE where developer is going to code, okay. Then he going to use code commit as his version controller. If you are having any doubt in what is version controller, you can check out in the below link, no, and understand about the version controller. And how the code is being placed into the version controller, how it is being developer is using for the code development, we are going to see now. So I have just installed the Visual Studio Code from the from the internet. You can also install the Visual Studio Code, or you can use any other IDE for this purpose. And I am into AWS Management Console. Now I am going to create a code repository for my application. I am going to first create a new application. I'm going to write my application, new file. So I am going to write an HTML code, which I am having in the sample code hello world. Okay, this is my code which is saying hello world. I am writing with my IDE. Then I am going to save this file. So I am going to save this as hello.html. Okay, you can see I have hello.html code right now. As a developer, I am created my code. Now it is in my local, right? I have it in my local. Basically I can run and debug this, maybe run without. So I can, it is asking uh, which browser you are going to use. To preview this, I am going to say Chrome, but Chrome is, I'm not using Chrome right now. Developer will use this tool, or they use Eclipse with a different aspect. Now I am going to AWS code commit. So I am into AWS management console. I am going to create code commit. If someone is very familiar with Git and Git repository, code commit is nothing but the Git repository in AWS, which is work in the similar way. I am going to create a repository. So I am going to create my repository as hello. So my, it's my test repo, just a description, hello repository. And if I need a code review, I can review my code, but this is recommended only for Java. And this is a new application, new service called AWS Amazon Code Guru. But I am going to create this repository. Now my repository is created. I can access my repository by HTTPS SSH, or no, HTTPS GRC protocol. So these are the way you can able to access your repository. Right now you can see your repository hello is empty. So if I go to the repositories, I can see the repository which I have created. Just so it's saying just now, and this repository name is hello, right? Now it is saying, you can see it's empty repository. Now you can uh, clone this repository in two ways. Either you can use git over here, your IDE. Okay, I'm going to the plugins extension. I'm going to use git plugin. As I said, this is going to be the same as git. So you can use git bash. You can either install git bash or as a plugin here, or you can also use git bash downloader, git GUI, or git command. If you are using Windows, you can use git command, and if you already have a git bash, then you can use git bash software separately to clone this application. If you are an administrator of code commit, you are not going to be a developer, or you are a developer, you can still use this git bash for uh, put the code into the repository and take it back. Okay, now I will go to my code. I will This is the, if you see this is nothing but source control means your repository. Now it is asking for clone your repository. Okay, otherwise you can clone it from the, you can clone it from your git. So if I put the command git, it says okay, git clone. So you have to specify the repository, which way you are going to clone. I am going to clone using my HTTPS thing. So I have to go here. You will, inside your repository you will see the clone URL, clone HTTPS. Okay, it will copy the URL and I am going to paste here. Right, I have pasted. So git clone. I'm going to do it either via Visual Studio Code or Eclipse. Also, you can do it via those plugins which is available. You can clone the repository, or you can also use terminal. So it takes some time to boot. So here there is a PowerShell terminal. Still PowerShell supports this. So I have the git installed in PowerShell as well. So these are the three ways. One way, the first step of is to create your repository. Okay. So first step is to create the repository. I will just make a note so it will be easy for you. First step is to create the first step is to create the repository. Okay. You need to okay, the first step is to create the repository. Then the second step is you need to clone your repository, clone the repo. You can do the clone in three ways. So using your Visual Studio IDE plugin. Okay, or you can use git CLI. Directly you can use git CLI, or you can use terminal or PowerShell. Okay, so sorry for my handwriting, but these are the three ways you can clone to your local, which is nothing but your client. Okay, or nothing but your client. So you are going to first clone the repository. Now I am going to clone using, I'm going to clone using my terminal over here. So I have copied it, so I am going to paste it. Now when I enter, it is going to clone hello. So this going to the path where it is going to clone. If you want to set the path, you can set the path. It is going to clone it in the user's hand. So just if you want to clone it in different direction. For example, I want to clone it into my desktop. So I am going to use the clone command here, or you can give the full path over here. Okay. So now I am going to clone my repository into the desktop. Now it is asking for my code commit username and password. This is the key here. Okay, what username and password you are going to give, you need to go and set it into your IAM policy. Now I am going to the IAM, which is identity and access manager. You need to have, your user need to have access, and your user will use a key which is need to be used for this CLI authentication. In IAM, I am going to users, and I have a code commit user creator. If I go inside the user should have the permission for the code commit. Okay, so for example, the user need a permission which is called as code commit full access, or he needs to. So if you see here, code commit policy, so you can choose power user, or you can choose code commit read only. This is a group which I have created, but already the user has had the admin access. Now in the users, if you go to the users page and if you click on to the users, you can see what are the permission the user have. The user have the code commit full access, and he has access for Alexa. Now this is very important. You see something as security credentials, right? You have to click on the security credentials, and you need to uh, this where you want to sign in your AWS using your CLIs. All this comes under the security credentials. Here you will see the credentials for your HTTPS. So here you can see, right? Now I have a username, but I forgot the password, so I will generate one more username and password. Now it you can download your credentials. So it's a one-time creations, and if you want to show and copy, you can copy. So I am just copying my username, and I'm going to copy the password. So I already have the IAM policy to access the code commit. That one thing you need to check. So now if you see, there is a warning appeared because the the repository which we cloned is the empty repository. Yes, because there is no code right now. We have the code over our local. We are going to push this code. If you see, I have saved this code from my IDE. I have saved this code in the same desktop, which is hello.html, and you can see hello, right? This is my repository. I will just go to my desktop. See, you can see a folder created called hello. This is nothing but my git repository, which git or code commit repository, because that is also is empty. Okay, I will open in another screen. So since I am already been signed in, because we need this username and password, I'm going to the code commit again. I could see the repositories, and I see the empty repository, right? And there is no file into the empty repository. So now you the third step is you need to create a, so create a user, if, and assign the code commit policy. Assign the code commit policy. Right, this is our next step. And now you will able to clone the repository. Now the next step is we need to push, we need to send this code to that repository, right? So what I will do, I will go to my IDE. Now what you have to do, you need to sorry for this. So this is my code, and I have saved and I have kept it. I have to go inside my repository, which is git hello ls. So now what I have to do, I have to add this hello.html into my repository. Okay, so what I will do, I will go here. This is my HTML file. I will copy, I will paste it here. Okay, so I will use the git one, which I have just made the git bash font to be visible for you. Right now I am going to the repository which is my desktop, which is in my desktop cd hello, and if I you can see a file added, but if I go to the code commit to my repository, I don't, still I see empty, right? Still the file is empty. Now what I have to do, I have to give git add. Okay, git add, either you need to give hello.html or you can give dot. This dot will add all the files to your repository. You can see currently you are in the master branch, so don't worry about the branches right now, you just concentrate on the repository one. So git add dot, which will add all the files, or if you want to specify, you can specify hello.html. So I added to the git repository. I am adding to my local repository right now. Still if I refresh, I won't see the code. Okay, I am not seeing the code. Now what I will do, I will check the git status. So this status will tell how I am committed anything. Okay. So actually there's a new file called hello.html which is in unstaged. So I have to stage it. I am giving git commit. So this file will get committed, but when I have to commit my file, they need a username and password to set in the global configuration. So we need to give this paste. I will take the username and credential from this screen. So if you set one time, every time it won't ask for the username and password. So this is called as global configuration in Git. Sorry, this username should be changed. Oh, I already set the username. So it should be okay. Now we will try to git commit. So it is asking you need any commit file. I am saying testing test commit. So one file got committed right now. Now you can go and check your code commit. I have already downloaded my password. If you are not downloading your password, you need to recreate again. Okay, still you are not able to see in your repository. Now what we are going to do is, after the git commit, you can also git commit with the message in the same command using git commit -m, and with the command what you want to, what code you are being committed. Now I am going to say good git push. Git push going to send this file to my repository, to the branch. Okay, now I go to my repository and checks it. Okay, and still it is not showing. Let me refresh again. So now I am going to my repository. I am checking any commits has happened. So there is a commit 1 minute ago, which is, this is the commit ID, and I am going to see the repository. Hello is my repository which I have created, and you can see the file is added over here. Okay, now what I am doing, I am going to make a change over here. Instead of hello world, I am going to do hello world 2. Okay, now I am going to save this file again, and I am going to do git commit. Sorry, I will do it in the terminal over here. Git commit minus m hello 2. So we are in the master branch and nothing to commit. So let me go to the file. Now we have this hello world.html. So I think so now what we are going to do is we are going to change this file. So now what we are going to do is we are going to change this file to 2, and then we are going to save this again. Okay, now so one more thing, before you are saving this file, you need to make sure you are using the repository, right? So basically file, open file, you need to go to hello world. So now I'm changing the hello to, okay, and saving again, and I'm going to commit the code again. It's commit hello to. So you are going to no changes in the commit. Then I'm committing all. So it says modified hello.html. So git commit all. So I am giving a comment message which is saying test 2. Now I am saying git push. You can also use git status. You can see how. So these are the basic commands. Now I am going to the hello world program and see what are the commits which happen. So each time when we commit, we will get an commit request, and you can able to visualize your commits. You see, you have 2 commits right now. When I go to the code, I can see the modified code. How we will maintain different branches we will see later, but if I go to hello world and check the code, I can able to view the code in repository as well. You can see hello world 2 right now, right? So this is how we are connecting our Visual Studio Code and then our thing. So these are some steps, some basic steps to use code commit. Hope you are very clear. If you like my video, please like, and if you subscribe it, please. Thank you so much. Bye.